Chaff. Coming up this week.
Oh my god, this is such an easy way to lose the game, but such an hilarious way to win, too. Okay. Okay, I love Arena.
Oh, Arena.
This feels like one of those BuzzFeed articles where you get like the breakdown of what you are and why you're like that.
What's up, Chaffissionados? Welcome back to Draft Chaff. This is episode 209. I'm Ben, one of your hosts, and coming at me live is Tyler. What's up, dude?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. We had a fun time at pre-release. You had a little more success than I did.
Yeah, it was great. I went 3-0 my first one and 2-1 my last one, which I don't feel like I should have lost the one game, but it's easy to complain.
Yeah, I got the same number of wins as you got losses. Yeah, still had a lot of fun, and it's a nice little set. Cute animals, cute cards. But we have a giveaway to do. We really should just get right into that. And also, I'm pumped for our live draft. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Before we dive into it, we should just mention that we have a Discord that you should definitely be in, because if you're not in our Discord, you missed the giveaway for the One Ring. At this point, we're drawing the name. So, better make sure you're in for next time. We talk about all sorts of fun stuff over there in Discord. Magic stuff, not magic stuff. With the new set dropping as of recording today, you're definitely going to make sure you're in there so that you're caught up on the bounty boards. Make sure you're getting those achievements, racking up your points. Let us know if you get those trophy decks. We'd like to keep track. And it's a little bit of a competition every set to see who gets the most trophies. I'm not going to say that I hold most of the crowns for that, but, maybe you can come in and topple me. We usually give away stuff for people that beat me out in trophies. And we also have a Patreon. Patrons, y'all are the best. You keep the show running, ticking smooth. We're trying to get these bounty boards a little more boosted. We give away 3 packs to the winner of the bounty boards each set, but we see that someday turning into more like a box, and the money that we get from Patreon just goes right back to the listeners. So if you think you might be interested in trying to win a box someday, that's one thing that helps out on Patreon. So if you want to support us on Patreon, you can do it for 25 cents an episode. That's just like tossing us a quarter, which, we're like your dancing minstrels. We're happy to do a jive or whatever for a quarter or something like that. So anyway, hop on over to Patreon and support us if you feel inclined to do so. We're going to skip the crack a draft type thing this week because we have a live draft to do. I think instead we need something equally hype. Let's bring up the Wheel of Fate.
The Wheel of Fate, that would sound so mysterious now.
Yeah, I mean, so Tyler, you cooked up this beautiful spinning giveaway ring here.
Beautiful, isn't it? It's got our color theme. It's got our logo. We got 13 entries from everybody in Discord.
Here I have the 4 cards that will be mailed to the winner. Those that are watching on YouTube, you can see them. There's the One Ring out in front there. Those watching on Spotify as well. Nice looking card. It's probably never going to lose that much value. And let's see which one of our lucky entrants will win. By the way, I really enjoy. I'm going to check this.
Suspense, man. Come on.
I really enjoyed hearing everyone's favorite cards. So the giveaway was we need to hear your favorite card in Discord. It was honestly nice to hear people's stories associated with their old favorites from childhood or kitchen table magic or growing up. All right, now it's time to click the giveaway.
I feel like we need a drum roll.
All right, drum roll, please. And the winner is Squid!
Woo! Congratulations!
You are the new proud owner of the One Ring and the other bundle promos. I will be in touch with you via Discord to give you all that stuff. Anyway, without further ado, shall we jump into a live draft? All right, we are hopping into a best of 3 draft. I really do like doing the best of 3 drafts. A little more. You can't climb the mythic ladder, but you do get those play-in points for the qualifier weekends, which those have a little more value to me than the arena rank. Well, we're ready up here. I've got Helena and Atlanta ready to battle. And
let's just hope the servers stay together.
Ooh, we got a Dark Star Augur. Can I interest you in 2 Dark Confidants?
Oh my god, this is such an easy way to lose the game, but such a hilarious way to win, too.
Okay, what else we got in this pack? Wow, only one rare. Aren't these supposed to be play boosters? What's going on here?
We got ripped off, dude.
Repel Calamity. This one underperformed with me at pre-release. If you play against one of the small decks like bunnies or one of the white decks like mice, I kind of sat wanting to kill one of my red-white attacking creatures from my opponent, but I just couldn't find a target for it.
I mean, it's pretty lore accurate. It's only killing Calamity Beasts, really, in this format.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense. There's a Feed the Cycle. This seems strong. Just a good murder, or you can forage for a bit of an upside, but it's day one of the format, and I wanted to play this like bat life gain, life drain deck. So this thing, Darkstar Augur, 2-mana 2/3 flyer with Offspring for a black. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and lose that life equal to that card's mana value. So just a classic Dark Confidant, and you could make 2 of them, which does get really scary. But remember, most of the time, you're just going to be... Well, yeah, a lot of the time... What is it, this pack? All right, I was going to say most of the time you're going to be flipping lands, but if you can gain some life, you can offset it. But here we have a Vren the Relentless and a Balin the Haymaker. Oh, man. So what does this thing do? 4-mana 3/4 Ward 2. At the beginning of each end step, create X rats for X. I mean, this seems pretty good. Kind of reminds me of Namada Primal Warden from, what was it, Dominaria United? And that card was good. I mean, this thing is a sticky threat. Not a lot.
But as long as you're killing their creatures too, you're getting that additional payoff of the tokens, which is just relentless rats.
Yeah, I mean, relentless rats are pretty good. And it has word 2, so you're not just going to lose this thing immediately. Balin the Haymaker is Naya. This doesn't feel like it naturally works for like a set like this. This set does feel pretty 2-colored from what I've seen. Maybe you could splash this if you're playing any combination of those colors. I'm just going to slam the Vren here. Let's just take some rares. All right, here we have a bit more of a question. So looking at blue and black, there's actually only one black card in this pack, so something to note, but it is a really good one. It's Nocturnal Hunger. That's the 3-mana instant destroy a food. And if the gift wasn't promised, you lose 2 life and you can gift the food.
That's a pretty solid removal spell. I mean, I feel like there's no reason not to take this, especially since in our colors. It's a little disheartening to see only one black card in this pack at this point.
Yeah, but the blue is flowing. There's a Daring Wave Rider, which I think this card is going to be really cool. It's a 6-mana 4/4, and you get to snapcast something that costs 4 or less. There's also Long River's Pull. You probably want to be pretty heavy blue for this, and we're actually a little more black than blue right now. We could actually move off the Vren. If we see blue dry up or something, or who knows? We could go any direction, but I agree with you. I don't think there's a reason not to just take the good 3-mana kill spell.
We're going to need some life gain, too, if we're going to keep this Dark Confidant in our deck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bandit's Talent. What does this thing do? Each opponent discards 2 cards unless they go on land. Oh, so it's sort of like a rack thing, but then you can draw extra cards. Ooh, but there's a Tidecaller Mentor here. I'm not opposed to just getting swept up in a good blue-black deck. This thing's a 3-mana 3/3 Menace, and if you have Threshold, it's a mana war for any permanent. Seems kind of great, right? There's that Night Whirl Hermit, 3-mana 1/4 Vigilance, Bonebind Order. Oh, so this one's kind of cool. If you're doing the squirrel thing with Bonebind Order, you can just mill willy-nilly, and then if you happen to mill your bomb, you just exile this from your graveyard, and you get another creature back. So that's a cool regrowth effect. I don't know.
I see we just go for rats, man. I was going to say, yeah. I want to see the rats deck work.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got a rat here. This is the Thornplate Intimidator. We got some frogs, too. Moonstone Harbinger. That's the 3-mana 1/3 flying Death Touch. And when you gain or lose life, bats get 1/0 and Death Touch. There's also a Long River Lurker. The 3-mana Frog Lord gives them ward and something about dealing damage and bouncing. There's your cash grab.
It's a good card.
Seems good.
The Lurker, Lurker kind of, it sends cards back to hand. So if we're getting low, we could send our Confidants back to hand potentially too.
Oh, that's kind of cool. We don't have any other frogs though, but we do have another bat. What do you think? Is a 1/3 Death Touch just a good rate? What would you take?
I think the flyers are pretty important in this format. So I would say we take the bat. I don't think the actual animal vectors really matter all that much. Like not as much as people really thought they did.
Interesting.
We'll see.
So blue-black is definitely wide open. There's another Daring Wave Rider, the Otter 4/4 Snapcaster. There's also a Hazel's Nocturne. Regrowth 2 creature cards to your hand. Each opponent loses 2 and you gain 2. There's some other good stuff here. Starlit Soothsayer, Lightshell Duo, Night Whirl Hermit. These rats feel pretty important, but is the power on Wave Rider just better?
I mean, yeah, but it'd be nice to recast our kill spell for free, right?
I kind of like it. I do think the Nocturne seems strong too, but I'm kind of into just take one of these things.
Oh
Whoa!
man, dude. Whoa. Okay.
And a Saver and another. Wow, blue
This
black
is
is
pretty
wide open.
wild.
We are just kind of getting lobbed this one, and I'm not gonna lie, this does just happen sometimes in draft. I think we just
Especially in
run
the
with a
early
mentor.
format. Yeah. The issue with the mentor too is we got to watch out for. We actually have to get cards on our graveyard if we want this threshold to kind of activate, and our curves are a little high. I mean, we're still pack one, but
Yeah.
just something to keep an eye on.
So there's that Sinister Monolith. None of these cards really align with our vector, do they?
What is the instant speed? What was that card there at the end?
Oh, this is the gets lifelink and indestructible.
Indestructible.
Here's
Okay.
about lizards.
Yeah.
What do you think? You just grab the monolith? Like this is
It's
like
so slow.
Oh wait, you can blink the Daring Wave Rider with this.
Oh my god, yes. All right, take it.
Okay,
Easy.
I'll take that.
And it's a flyer too.
Oh, this looks
Pretty
kind
good.
of exactly what we want here, right? This bellowing crier, 2-mana 2/1 ETB draw discard helps us start cleaning up our draws. This is our first 2-drop, which we definitely want some. We need things that can trade off with the mice early. Oh, a Thought Shocker. Wow, we are kind of just getting lobbed this one. There's also an Agate Blade Assassin, but I think our deck will care more about Threshold and having that ability to put a 1/1 counter on this and draw a card. Another thing they can get in front of the mice early. Mind Spiral versus Splash Portal. This could blink the Otter, right?
I was going to say, you blink the Otter again. This is our game plan, blink the Otter.
Oh, and it blinks the Tidecaller Mentors too if we have Threshold on.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
And here we have the choice between these two.
Orator.
What do you think? We want the 2-drop?
Yeah, I think the 2-drop just because we are going to try to fill our graveyard at some point. It would be nice to have some recursion.
Yeah, and we got a free Water Spout Warden. This one doesn't feel like our deck is really going to need it, but wow, we got a Season of the Bold, a red mythic that I don't think we can actually take here. That's kind of sad. What does this do? I don't like this one as much as a lot of the other ones. This one doesn't really add to your board that much. It's like a board wipe, makes treasures, floats some cards off the top. What's into the Flood Maul? This is the bounce spell for one. You can upgrade by gifting a fish to return an on-land permanent.
Pretty solid.
Some other good cards here. Brambleguard Veteran, Playful Shove. I mean, what are we taking out of this pack? Do we just take
I was going to say, this isn't
Shocker?
great for us. Either the Thought Shocker or the bounce spell.
Yeah, with the double Tidecaller Mentors, I feel like we might be good on bounce. I don't know. Is this just that good? I haven't gotten to play with it.
I mean, it's a nice tempo card. I mean, it's a 1-mana return, slow them down. You're not really hitting permanent that often.
Would you take
maybe the draw is better? Shocker? I didn't. Oh, I would take the Thought. Yeah, I mean, I think Thought here probably is better for us.
Okay.
I think we need some more creatures. And who doesn't want to draw a card?
So here we see two really strong red-white cards. Sure.
No strong black or blue cards.
What is the person to our left drafting then?
Rare, not rares, I guess. Actually, no.
Mono green.
No one's drafting.
Maybe it was a 3 rare pack. Well, actually, no. There's only 2 uncommons here. All right. Let's see. There's a Runaway Together. There's another Bonebind Order. Corpseberry Cultivator. I guess we're not really foraging in this deck. We'd rather have the cards stay in our graveyard. Forage almost kind of works against Threshold vector-wise, right?
Rats and squirrels don't get along.
Yeah, I guess not. But that being said, like, what are we taking here? Valley Quest Caller and Valley Flame Caller. These both seem really strong. Someone to our right is going to be very happy to see these.
I mean, I like Runaway Together.
We'll take it. It's actually pretty good with the Tidecaller Mentors and the Daring Wave Rider, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Mind Whisker.
That's good.
3 mana, 3/2. You Surveil 1, and creatures get -1/-0 if you have Threshold. That's just such a brutal line of text. Slamming the Mind Whisker. Yeah, so I guess it makes sense that in pack 1 and then hopefully in pack 3 as well, we're going to see some pretty heavy blue-black coming around. I've been hearing murmurs that this set feels pretty narrow vector-wise. Like, you want to be doing your thing and not doing much else. So I guess knowing your lane will be pretty important for that. Now, here we have a good blue removal spell, Dire Downdraft. But, man, seeing these black-white bat cards come around, it's like...
Should have stuck with the bats, man.
I think we were very correct to go into what we did.
No, I agree. Dire Downshaft, I think, is a great card. Really makes the opponent think if they want to draw that again or not.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll wheel this duo. Oh,
fell.
Slam that, right?
Easy.
Yeah, there's another Bonebind Order. These things are just... There's been like 10 of these so far. Bark Knuckle Boxer. Oh, the one that you expend for get indestructible. Yeah. Warren Elder was pretty solid for me. The threat of activation was definitely there in my pre-release pool. The Scales of Shale. Have you seen the flavor text on this?
No.
So the for those listening, the art depicts a lizard kind of like almost grabbing a bunch of metal to a rock to like coat it. And the flavor text says like shedding, but backwards. There's a dire site here.
That's pretty good.
It's like the only card we'd want in this pack.
Yeah. I mean, it's good, though, because it's surveilling, too. We got to fill our graveyard. We really want that threshold to go off.
Right now, we're at 12 creatures, 5 non-creatures. And honestly, I don't really know what from this we'd cut so far.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Too many playables. We want to be achieving threshold basically as fast as possible. All right, here we have Psychic Whirl. Oh, this is the Mind Rat.
Yeah, Mind Rat. That's hilarious, actually.
Thank you. There's also Bandit's Talent. Is this good? We would kind of want both of these, right?
Yeah.
This does pitch cards, but actually Bandit's Talent doesn't put anything in our graveyard. It doesn't help with Threshold.
No, it doesn't.
Do you think the Whirl is just better then?
Yeah, it says rat on it. Let's take it.
I like your style. And it does Surveil if you have a rat, right? So
Surveil's rats. Pretty good, yeah.
And we've got this Wren here. So we have to remember that we are trying to get our opponent's stuff to die. Yeah. So any removal spells that die, those in particular, we can be pretty happy about. We also care about exiling our opponent's stuff. Here, there's another Night Whirl Hermit. There's another Long River Lurker. Do we care about this at all? Giving frogs ward?
Probably not. I mean, we're not playing any frogs. I mean, the Hermit's a nice big butt, too. You know, it's not the best card, but...
It is our first Hermit. It's probably cuttable. All right. There's literally nothing I think we would play in here. I don't think we're going to need to play the Barkform Harvester. I'm going to hate out this Brambleguard Veteran because someone's out there sleeping.
I love hate drafting on Arena.
Oh, yeah. Waxwane Witness, Starforged Sword.
I mean, nothing here. I would just take the uncommon at this point. We're not going to play any of these.
Let's get that gem value guy.
Exactly. Got to think about that value.
Oh, get that vault cleared up. Wow, that's a late Longstock Brawl.
I feel like the flyer here, too, isn't terrible. We can play it.
Yeah, this one doesn't have that double pip like a... Oh, wow. How about another one? This one doesn't have that double pip like a lot of the these things do, the hybrid cards.
Yep.
Well, there's a blue rare, so I'm going to guess it's pretty good. Thundertrap Trainer. Oh, this is the... what are they calling it? Otter of Bolus instead of Augur of Bolus. ETBs, look at the top 4, put a non-creature on land into your hand, and you can offspring it for 4.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, wish I had Prowess or something. Is there anything else in this pack we'd be interested in?
I mean, there's 2 of those squirrels that bring back from the graveyard, but we already have 1.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're shy on these.
This draft so far already.
Another Bellowing Crier. I mean, it's funny. This thing would be better for us if it put it into the graveyard instead.
If it milled the other 3 cards we didn't take, yeah.
There's no chance we take the Crier over this rare, right? No, you can offspring this. This has got to be better, right?
Yeah.
You can flicker
the other one puts cards in our graveyard, though.
But you can flicker this. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just going to grab our kill spells.
Yeah. Am I glitched?
No, it's been like that for me, too. Everybody's Bolas.
Oh, no, look. How it says I have a pack right now.
Oh, boy. All right, I need to do a quick arena reset.
Okay. If I exit... Oh, and we're back. Did we take a... Oh, we got ourselves a Bark Knuckle Boxer. Good. We had a little bit of an arena glitch. It is release day, but what are you thinking here? Another Dire Down draft?
I feel like that's an easy pick. Early winter doesn't seem too great to me. Yeah.
Another down draft. All right. I hope I didn't miss too much. No, that was pack 2.
Oh my god, we glitched again?
Oh no, it did go.
Okay.
It did go. I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, we're back. We're back. Bone Cash Overseer. Not really doing this. This looks pretty deep into squirrels, right?
Opposite, yeah. I see that counter spell, which I think is pretty good.
Oh, the Dazzling Denial? You like that over the Bellowing Crier or Pearl of Wisdom?
I mean, how many creatures do we have right now? I feel like we've been drafting a lot of creatures.
Yeah, ratio's not bad.
Yeah.
We could use a couple more 2-drops, but Dazzling Denial is a 2-drop. We have a couple birds if we end up playing the Squires.
I think you can't really go wrong with either that or the Frog here.
Yeah. The Frog does help enable Threshold a little earlier. Let's take the Denial. We might even wheel the Crier. Blue-black was really open from this direction, right? Oh, Huskburster Swarm.
So does that hit
there's
off
a
any card in the
Saber too.
graveyard, or is it just
Oh, it is only creature.
own an exile? Oh,
Hmm.
oh, in your graveyard. Yeah,
It's
okay.
going to get
we're
pretty
playing
big if we're milling, but there's also
yeah,
a saver.
I think we need more removal here.
Yeah. I'm after having played against the red-white mouse deck, something like Saver definitely is going to pull its weight. Another psychic. Oh, shore up. That's interesting.
Not
Are they
bad.
really going to be trying to kill our stuff like Tidecaller Mentor? These things have ETBs. I don't know. Sometimes that's de-emphasized for trying to protect it. There's the monolith. Not really a long vector with what we're trying to do. This pack is a bit of a whiff, I think.
Yeah, there's nothing too. I mean, this is Take the whirl, yeah, or the shore. I would take. Yeah, it's too late.
Probably should have taken the shore up out of that pack.
Probably took the shore up there.
Oh, I wanted to try this card out. Downwind Ambusher. There's also this card, Ruthless Negotiation. Oh, this is really good to self-mill into. But the Downwind Ambusher, this thing can just kill an offspring, or it has that like assassin mode. Also, it's called Downwind Like,
I mean, it's not bad.
Funny.
Does it have flash too?
Oh yeah, it does.
Okay.
I think it would have been either.
Are we frozen again here though? Because we didn't take that skunk.
Oh, network error.
Yes.
Network.
Start draft. Oh, okay. Okay, I love Arena.
Oh, Arena. All right, here this is a Shoreline Looter. It says rat on it and threshold.
This is good. Yeah, no. I had two of these in my pre-release. I was drawing like 2 cards a turn. It was great.
Awesome. Nothing out of this.
Just draft it quick before it crashes.
Yeah. Oh man, that was scary. All right, take another Bone Bind Order and Glide Diet Duo. We're gonna need to make some cuts. We have way too many playables.
It's so weird. Coming off of MH3, I'm so used to just drafting as many lands as I can find. There's no lands to draft in this set.
Yeah. I can put Assassin. That's a little off vector for us. Doesn't put anything in the graveyard. Same with Finch formation. Good rate though, but feels like it probably wants to be paired with the white cards that have Valiant, or maybe even the green cards that care about dealing damage to them and bouncing and such. But that was a draft with minimal Arena issues too.
Minimal
enough to give us a heart attack. Man, start.
Well, we're not out of it yet, Ben. We're here sitting we're waiting for server screen.
Man, start draft. What a thing to see halfway through pack 3. Okay, so we have some cuts to make. Right now we're at 20 creatures, 11 non-creatures. I think we can start at the top of our curve. What do we think about this this Daring Wave Rider? We have a lot of good stuff to rebuy, right? Fell, Saver.
Yeah. No, I think it's pretty solid. I mean, it's going to works kind of not against our threshold because it's exiling the thing we cast, but I'd rather recast a kill spell than, stress about one card.
Yeah. How about these Seed Pod Squires? We're not really caring about targeting.
No, we don't care about targeting, but I just feel like flyers are so relevant in this set, and maybe it's just my own experience from the pre-release. Evasion felt good. These boards get gunked up. If you could fly over, trample over, feels better. I mean, yeah, it's not really something we want in our vector though.
But it might just be good on rate, right?
Yeah,
we're gonna have to. I mean, this is actually more like a 3-drop, right? I feel like it's mostly gonna be cast on an attacking creature, but I guess it could be both. This is sort of like these Dire Drown drafts are sort of like a flex spot. Psychic Whirl, we probably don't want 2 Mind Rots, right?
No, it's an easy cut.
Yeah. The Moonstone Harbinger. This is probably a cut too, right? It feels weird, but we're not gaining 1/3 life.
And we don't have bats. It hits bats, gives them death touch +1.
Yeah. It's definitely a good card on rate, but it's not advancing our vector. Our vector is we want to get 7 cards in the graveyard, turn on the Tidecaller Mentors, and then flicker them until our opponent cries. Speaking of flicker, I do like this Splash Portal. This is a pretty cool inclusion with the Wave Rider. It does pair with the Glide Dive Duo, the Tidecaller Mentors, the Sky Skipper Duo too. This is a flicker. Flickering the Tidecaller Mentors with the Sky Skipper Duo. I mean, this seems pretty sweet.
Oh, pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And now, of course, this is a little off vector, right? We're saying we're going to invest some almost vector equity, some card equity into trying to do this flicker thing, which means this could be a 5-drop that cared about self-milling, right? Or hitting threshold. But I think this is just strong enough with the Tide Callers that, I mean, this bounces non-land permanents. Like, how are you behind the turn after you cast this if you're something at parity? Let's take a look at our removal spells here. So sometimes what I like to do is separate out all my spells, and I toss them on the other side of my lands here. We've got Runaway Together. We've got a Dazzling Denial, the Dire Sight, Psychic Whirl. Have I missed anything?
Is Nocturnal Hunger, I believe, is a kill spell.
Yeah. So of our, let's see, 8 non-creature spells right now. Oh, 10. What am I missing? Oh, the Dire Down.
Oh, duh.
Duh.
I mean, that curve looks pretty nice.
The downdrafts?
No, the curve we have with our creatures looks pretty good.
Oh.
The only issue too, though, is we're never going to be really want to playing that turn 3. Like, you're not going to have threshold on by that point.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you can just run out the Mentors as just like a 3/3 menace.
It's still pretty good rate.
Yeah, Darkstar Augur, I do think this is still worth playing. Our curve isn't that high. Yeah, I might dome myself for 6, but that's the risk of you get when you play with something like a Dark Confidant. But I'm not a coward. It's also like you mentioned, flyers seem important in this format. Opponents will have flyers. The thing with Bob is you can just attack your opponent until they kill it or block it or something, and if it dies, you already drew a bunch of cards off of it. So I like our 2 drops. We have the Crier, the Looter, the Thought Shuckers, the Trainer. The Trainer, let's see, we have, looking at 4, getting a non-creature, non-land. We definitely have enough, but I think we could even cut maybe a spell or 2. I feel like we might be able to cut Runaway Together in that Splash Portal does functionally the same thing. But
Runaway Together is nice just because we have a decent amount of ETB abilities, but
the Portal will do
I
the
feel
same
like
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
In a similar way, does that make
Dazzling
the Duo less relevant?
Well, the Duo is just flickering, right? Like, I mean, that's kind of the sub-theme we're going for here. We're trying to fill our graveyard and then flicker for our benefits.
That's true. Although we are going to need some creature cuts, probably like 3 or 4 of them. I think maybe cutting 1 Squire is a place to start.
I agree.
And maybe 1 Bonebind Order.
Yep.
That puts us at 17-9. We have 3 cuts to make.
How do you feel about that Bat Lizard Duo we have in the 5-drop?
This guy, the Glide Dive, it does work well with our flicker.
Our flicker effects. Very true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, getting the Siege Rhino them out of the game. Plus, I think this is just a good rate. Right? Like, sometimes you can get their last couple points of damage for this. It's just a big burly flyer.
How about the Ambusher too? We got the Ambusher and the 4-drop.
Oh, the Downwind. Yeah, maybe I should have taken this. Maybe I should have taken that 1 non-creature, the little exile effect over this. But this does just come in and kill something most of the time.
It's true. I mean, it does kill an offspring.
This is pretty good with high toughness, low power creatures like the Thought Shuckers. So say like they attack with their 2/2 because they think that you won't block because you think they might have a combat trick. You block, they don't have the trick, they go to pass their turn, and then you ambush their 2/2.
Pretty good. Yeah, and it's flash 4/2. We've had cards like this, and they're pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like these cards get better the better a player you are, and like the more you've built your deck around it. Think of something like the Tide Caller Mentor. If they have a 5/5 and a 3/3, you can attack the Mentor into it. Oh, hold on. Okay, not quite. A 5/5 and a 2/2. This will work. Yeah, good players only. If you manage to order the damage such that it's on the 2/2 and then 1 spills over, then the Downwind Ambusher can come and finish off the 5/5. In which case, this was basically like a Ravenous Chupacabra at that point.
Just with setup.
Yeah, it does take a little bit of setup. I guess it's off vector. I don't know what else.
It's a good card. It's still a kill spell. Would you say a kill spell's off vector? You know, it's a solid card.
No. We might want to take another look at our non-creatures. We do have 9. We could go down to 8 on this.
Yeah, because we have that Dazzling Denial. I mean, that doesn't feel good to hit if that we recast that with the Otter. Is the Otter choose an instant or sorcery, or is it at random?
Oh yeah, it's a May.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Never mind then.
That being said, like, when are we leaving? I guess we're just leaving that up on turn 2.
Yeah, but we have so many 2-drops. Are we really going to be want to be doing that?
I feel like by the time of the game where we'll want this,
It's going to be irrelevant.
it would be irrelevant because they'll be able to pay the 2. Now, a bird
Yeah.
deck would still want it then because paying 4 is a real cost, but I think that is a cut. Fell and Saver and
Have to
wow, a
keep.
lot of one-word names here. They never
Feels
did
nice.
seem. Yeah.
The whole set
Dire
feels
Sight.
nice and simple again, you know. Even
It's such a nice downgrade from MH3. I like it a lot.
it feels like a summer vacation.
It is, yeah. What do you think about the whirl?
I mean,
Besides the awesome art, like what is happening?
Oh, it is beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's not really anything we want to be doing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nice to surveil too, but we need to have a rat out for that to be relevant. Like,
yeah.
what's the line? Like, have Thought Shucker out, you know, make them discard 2, surveil 2.
What if they're playing mice and they just play like a 3-mana 3/3 on turn 3? And we mind rotted them, yes, but they're curving out. You know,
I think I had the luxury. I had the luxury of not playing any of the mice decks on pre-release weekend, so I don't think I've realized how scary they are yet.
They look, heroic is a good mechanic. It seems simple,
be careful.
Same thing. I am already looking at cards for the Draft Chaff queue, which does have a heroic vector, as you are well aware. I think Psychic Whirl actually can start in the sideboard. Remember, this is best of 3. I could side it in against like them. Yeah, I could side it in against the mirror match, and if I go up against red white, I'll be very happy that's not my main board.
I was not taking that. I'm just such a best of 1 player. I did not take that into consideration. Yeah, like we could bring back the bird if we're playing a flyer heavy deck. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think we could probably cut 1 more creature and then call it a day.
I like all our creatures though, Ben.
I do too. What about this Bonebind Order? This is good with the Surveil Self-Mill stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Our 3
you want to keep cards in the graveyard. It's going to exile itself, so it doesn't replace itself in the graveyard. Like what it takes out, it's not putting itself back in.
But it is our only regrowth effect, isn't it?
That's true, yeah.
Do we just go for a curve consideration? Just cut one of these 5 and 6 drops?
What's the Sky Skipper duo? It's a flicker effect,
Flicker.
right? Enters
the flicker is so good with Tide Caller.
It is.
Though.
Oh no, it is. I want to keep that. It feels so good. But the issue with Mentor is we still need to be threshold for that to be relevant. Like we're talking about it as like it's going to be online all the time. Like we don't have a lot of mill.
We're going to be incentivized to trade things off. We do have some surveilling.
Yes.
We have the Mind Whisker. Actually, yeah, we are a little low. We have ways of looting.
Bellowing discards, yeah. That's where I'm a little off.
Is this just like...
It's okay. It's a 1/4 body.
I mean, compared to our other 3 drops, though...
My concern is, though, Mentor, we're not going to be playing on turn 3, really. Like, we're at least not trying to be, right? Like, I'd rather curve out into a Hermit and then wait for Mentor.
Play like a Dire Sight on turn 3 than something else on turn 4. The Seed Pod Squire I like on rate, but what are we attacking with?
That's and honestly, I was just thinking the same thing. Like, we're really just a value engine. Like, we're trying to tempo out and win. Yeah.
Yeah, like we're incentivized to hold back and trade off our creatures. Like if they
really doesn't do anything for us.
Yeah, if they attack a 3/1 into the Shucker, we block every time, right?
Yeah. And both of our like large duos are flyers, so we have, you know,
the air defense.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
This looks like a deck.
I'm happy with this.
Yeah. So let's run up the curve real quick. We've got the Bellowing Crier in the 2-drop slot. Also at 2, we got Shoreline Looter, Double Thought Shucker, Thunder Trap Trainer, a Bonebind Order. At the 3-drop slot, we have Mind Whisker, Night Whirl Hermit, Dark Star Augur, the rare bat that we pack one, pick one. Glad this made it into the deck. Look, if I die to flipping a Glide Dive duo, I will be sure to let everyone know. Tide Caller Mentor, we got 2 of these guys early. A Downwind Ambusher and a Vren, the Relentless in the 4-drop slot. Interested to see how this card works out. Seems like one of those just generic good value cards, right?
Yeah, no, it seems pretty solid. We do have to kill their stuff to really get that second ability to trigger, but we have a couple of kill spells.
We've got a Sky Skipper duo and a Glide Dive duo in the 5-drop slot, and a Daring Wave Rider in the 6-drop slot. We have some kill spells. We have a Splash Portal as a flicker, a Fell, a Saver, a Dire Sight, a Nocturnal Hunger, and Double Dire Down Draft. These all look good. I like our kind of a spread of interaction and card draw. This feels like
Yeah,
a
this feels like a
very
very
classic limited deck.
Yeah, very classic, like tempo-y deck too. You know, we're just trying to control the field,
Yeah.
get our stuff out. Yeah,
And
I like
really
this.
enable Threshold to turn on these mentors, because mentors and starting to flicker them with the splash portal, then you Wave Rider to flicker the splash portal to flicker something else. Like there's definitely some late game action in here. Cool deck.
Now I just want to draft.
We'll wrap up the show so you can get right to it. Let's hop into our listener question of the week. This one comes from Nathan, who asks, what Bloomburrow creature types would we be? I think I know yours, but I'll let you say it too.
I would love to be a bird, but I am not a bird in person. I am. I don't know what I would be. I'd probably be a raccoon because I surround myself with trash a lot of the times.
You think?
Just a little bit. I eat trash.
Oh man, look at your apartment. Look behind your house. It looks great.
Yeah, my blurry background.
Yeah,
it's not very bird-like either. Wait, are we talking about like only the like 10 signposts? Because there's like weasels, we got skunks.
That's true.
I would say, can I be a calamity beast? Can I be a calamity beast?
You're stealing my answer here. I was going to say moose on the gale wind. But there's that elemental lynx that has the sun on its back, I think, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the lore implications of that, but
I would love to be a bird though. If I had to pick, I'd be a bird, but I don't think my personality screams bird.
I don't know what mine screams. Maybe squirrel. I don't feel very
I can see squirrel. No, definitely not rat-like.
Maybe a bit
otter.
mousy. Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
mousy.
yeah, I could be an otter. Yeah, I
this
could
is just picking our fursona, Ben. This is the fursona.
Oh no, wait! Did we just get baited? We've gotten baited into picking personas.
Oh, we're gonna have fursona fan art of us after this.
Cut that. Fan art now.
Yeah. Zach Hate will love him. He also says picking it for each other. So I am curious to know. Yeah, I kind of want to pick one for you too. I feel like otter though. Like I said, I feel like I don't know. You have like you can see the otter in you. You don't scream, "Is it?" But
I would say,
You could just say bird and make it easy.
Well, I would go with bird, but now I'm trying to remove my associations of you and birds from my head and look at the pure objective facts.
Frog. I can't even remember all the actual.
I might say rabbit.
Ooh,
and not for the reasons you might. I would say rabbits. And my brother has had rabbits his whole life. Rabbits are, I would say they're chill. They're fun to be around, and sometimes they'll just kick you.
Jesus.
Which is sort of like a lot of kicking. About how occasionally we'll play each other, and you'll just totally just kick me to the curb.
This feels like one of those BuzzFeed articles where you get like the breakdown of what you are and why you're like that.
Yeah, like which Bloomburrow animal are you? We can make that quiz in like 30 seconds. Let us know what your what your Bloomburrow animal would be in Discord. With that, let's hop into Teferi and Tybalt. A high and a low from this week. What's up?
Yeah, so I mean, we both did the pre-release. I went 3 on my first event, which felt pretty good. I had a really strong Otter Is It deck with Ral as my promo card, actually, so that felt pretty nasty. I misread him. I didn't realize he gets a counter every time you play a non-creature, but I still managed to get him to 9 loyalty without even realizing that, so I feel like he could have been a lot stronger, but it was still pretty good. Nice. And then I had a Bant value engine going for the second pre-release, which also felt pretty good, but it went 2-1. That was pretty good. And then we have an RCQ coming up this Friday, too, which is one thing after the other. Let's hope that goes a little better than our last experience.
I don't think it could go worse.
I'll find a way. Tybalt this week, nothing again, man. It's been a pretty solid week. Weather's been great, feeling good. Can't complain. Nice. So I feel like I'm brewing up a storm. Something bad's got to happen soon.
Don't say that. Knock on some wood or something. Well, my Teferi this week, I got a pretty big one. I got a buy from Jury Duty, which is
nice.
I got that email saying like, "See you in 3 years. You're good. You don't have to come in." That was pretty cool. And again, the RCQ this weekend, I'm pumped. I like these sort of early tournament early in the format tournaments where no one has been studying the 17 lands data for months because it's just not out yet, right? And everyone's sort of on an even playing field. It's a bit of an exciting post pre-release, so that should be a lot of fun. And my Tybalt this week, besides getting demolished in pre-release, was just before the show started, just before we started recording, I missed a limited edition print run by one of my favorite artists. Their name is Dev JJ Lee. If you look them up on Instagram, you'll be blown away by what they make. I actually met them in person because they went to the high school that I currently teach at. And they came back to give like a talk, and they did a lot of professional work, just really incredible stuff. And they had a limited edition, officially licensed Dune poster dropping, and it looked so cool. It would have been great in my room. They sold out in 90 seconds, and I want to say I clicked the order button at like 92 because I was on there at dead noon and I missed it, and they are not coming back. And it was limited edition blue sky print.
Sounds like an aftermarket purchase now, man. You're going to find it for like 12 times the value on eBay.
I hate to say it, but this is a good Tybalt to have. This is not a real problem. This is just an irk, but still enjoying summer vacation, I would say.
Good, man.
With that, thank you for listening. Let us know what kind of draft you get up to for your first draft. Over in Discord, you can see the results of this one, whether I died on my own Darkstar Augur or if I managed to combo off with some Flicker stuff. Let us know, and let us know what your no, never mind. Forget it. Forget it, you could say. Patrons, thank you again as always. If you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, you can hop over there and check us out. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And happy drafting. Quick sign off here, which I feel like I say every single week, but there's been some Magic Twitter drama, which I always love dipping my hands into and swirling the pot a little bit. There was some drama regarding the Humans of Magic podcast. And look, when it comes to Magic podcasts, we've got some skin in the game. We would just like to put it out there officially that if you want to give us $500 to come on here and say whatever you want, look, we might be able to work something out.
I do not condone these actions.